from ages 0 to 7 is the determining factor. Had I been raised in an environment where money was prevalent, where wealth was abundant, I would have had a different perspective. I had to retrain myself to see the abundance in the world. Yeah. I had to retrain myself to see potential and opportunity. When you come from Argentina, $200 in a suitcase, that's what I came to America with. I even though I knew there was potential, I still had a scarcity mindset. What's the difference between somebody that looks at $1,000 and says, wow, that's a lot of money, versus somebody that says, oh, that's chump change, that's not a lot of money? There's a difference in mindset, and it's not just arrogance. It's a difference in upbringing, it's a difference in perspective, it's a difference in worldview. So what I realized is that the worldview that I was given was a worldview that was propagated by governments, that was propagated by individuals that wanted to keep me down. That's why when you stand at the age of 6, you get into the classroom, first thing they tell you, put your hand on your heart and pledge allegiance. Not pledge allegiance to yourself, not pledge allegiance to your purpose and your self-development. No, pledge allegiance to a flag.
It's a lack of self-sovereignty.
Yes.
People don't take personal responsibility and they blame other people.
Because it's hard.
But what I noticed, and this is why individual sports is really interesting, is because I was a sprinter when I was younger, and my parents gave me a lot of opportunity with that, but it would be quite harsh, right? You know, we're there to win. That's another idea. And when you win, you take full accountability.
Yes.
When you lose, you also are the reason why you lost.
Yes.
You are the reason why you're in that position. Whereas you contrast that to maybe classrooms or team sports. When you won, it's everyone's winner. But when someone loses, they usually try to point something out or something around the area. So I think having that individuality allows you to, again, think for yourself clearly. And for me, it's been an ongoing process every single day. You need to look at some piece of information and see, is it real or not?
I often tell people, everyone is self-made, but only the successful people will admit it. The unsuccessful people will not admit that they created that lack of success. They will blame the big man. They will blame the imaginary thumb that's pressing them down. They'll blame religion. They'll blame race. They'll blame everything except themselves. Every person is self-made. Every single person is self-made because you are a construct of what? Your thoughts and your decisions. Nobody told you that you had to go do something. Nobody told you that you had to think a certain way. And if you did, and somebody told you that, are you a slave? Or are you a free person? And if you understand that you have freedom and sovereignty, now you understand, like you said, you're fully accountable for every decision that you make. And when you're successful, oh, you want all the praise, right? When you're successful, hey, look at me. Look what I did. I'm fully responsible for this. But it's the same thing with lack of success, and it's the same thing with failure. And most people, when they fail, they don't like to look at themselves in the mirror and say, you know what? Maybe I have to change. People want change to happen to them. They don't want to change. And when you realize that change isn't going to happen to you, you need to actually proactively determine your future. Then and only then can you actually take not only full accountability for your good actions, your bad actions, but for your full life.